this movie, we meet a very different Lara Croft.
I wanted to reboot the franchise and make it a back-to-the-roots story so an audience gets to see a young Lara Croft.
This film is about her becoming the action hero that we know her to be.
When I started doing research and saw what the game company had done in the reboot in 2013, I got very excited. I felt the new Lara Croft was a very authentic, gritty take on her character, and that's definitely something we wanted to transfer to the big screen in this new origin story.
The tone has changed. We're making a film that's more gritty, got some drama to it, got a lot of emotion to it.
There's a real personal family drama in what Laura's journey is, and then there's this crazy action that the Tomb Raider is expected to be.
Go! All these kind of genre movies need to have the basis and the DNA of a strong story for an audience to relate to.
Whenever that compass didn't point true north, Graham was very vocal about it, and it was a work in process.
We love these characters, and we want to know more about them. By giving them the journey of becoming the super versions of themselves, we really get to come very close to them and emotionally get to know them.
Dad loves you.
We meet a very different Lara Croft than we're used to seeing.
She's kind of more vulnerable, not the hero right away.
How a 21-year-old Lara might be trying to make her way in London, where she'd live, how she would live, the things she would do for a living.
We all know that Lara lives in a big mansion, and on this film she lives here with all of her mates.
It did a lot to inform the character development.
She is a very bright young woman who, in the beginning of the scenes, you learn that she is a big reader.
Hamlet, is it?
Dunno. Things just stick in my brain. She's very curious, and she just hasn't been exposed to having to use her tools just yet. You know, she's not her dad's destiny. She needs to find out who she is.
We've got the most amazing cast with Alicia Vikander playing Lara Croft.
What I've experienced with Alicia is her passion for storytelling. What she doesn't have in size, she has in stature and talent and commitment.
There's a determination in her. It's very much part of her personality, but it's really also the determination of Lara.
Alicia is just relentless. She doesn't give up and she doesn't quit. She brings such authenticity to every scene.
Give me the bag.
She really does play this real. I stand by the monitor watching some scenes thinking we're making a different kind of film other than a Lara Croft Tomb Raider, because she makes it feel so real. And even the set pieces, when she's hanging off of a World War II plane, you feel that you're actually going through that with her.
Literally, the very first take that we did inside that tent, we looked at each other and said, yeah, this is gonna be good.
You know, on a big film like this, you have the director, Raw, who's on top of everything. I've seen his other films, and what I like is that it struck me as something very emotional. I really felt for the characters.
Roar is a great director who really knows how to balance drama and action.
That's what you look for, and those are the people that you want telling your stories.
For you to go on a big adventure, and yet you really feel for Lara and the other characters in this film.
We're having a good time fleshing out the characters, but also doing the amazing, cool action scenes.
The action sequences are pretty mind-blowing.
It covers the whole sort of spectrum of action films. Wire work, water work, shootouts, fights, chases. It's been non-stop action.
We wanted the action to feel very real and gritty and to put the audience in the midst of it.
This has been an extremely fun shoot.
We tried to show a different side of Daniel in this movie.
He's a tough guy, but he's not a fighter.
He's not doing the kung fu fighting that we're used to seeing.
When we were rehearsing this stuff, you know, they were trying to throw in kicks and stuff, and I said, you know, let's take that away because it's starting to get too martial arty, and this is not that character.
We were looking for a very raw kind of nature, and South Africa had just that.
Been so many times I walk on set and pinch myself. Some of the most gorgeous settings I've seen.
Our production designer, Gary Freeman, is the ultimate MVP collaborator on this movie. When I walked into these sets for the first time, I was in awe of what this man created.
I think we created a really exciting tomb. It's full of traps, secret doors, puzzles.
And when I came and saw the tomb and I walked in and saw the space that he's created, the kid in me got so thrilled. It was really magical.
The tomb entrance itself, that was obviously a abandoned granite quarry that we came across that I think hadn't been used for 80 years, and obviously it's all really overgrown and covered in vines. It was difficult to shoot on, but it looked good.
Building the tomb, building the boats, turning Cape Town into Hong Kong.
We built this giant tank on the backlots in Cape Town. We filled it with floating walkways, junks, floating restaurants, and lots of extras.
It was very, very authentic. It kind of made me feel like I was back in Hong Kong.
I filmed this at a center to one of my friends who live in Hong Kong, and she actually thought, oh, you're here. Well, we started on the boat, and we were on a huge gimbal that we already had on the Hong Kong set, and then they moved the entire boat inside in the studio.
It was really fun shooting the shipwreck sequence. We hit our actors with the water cannons and wind and rain and put them through a lot.
After just the third day, we could see that the iron beams that go through the boat, they had bent about that much. And that was just because the water cannons, and we stood right in the middle of them. So every time when they did a countdown before I take, and they said 3, 2, and you were just standing there and you know it's coming.
3, 2, 1, action!
By the end of the shoot, it's always tough. You're kind of ready to just have a little breather when it's all done.
We've enjoyed making it, and it's been hard for all the right reasons.
It was really hard work. We did like Lara, we just picked ourselves up and kept going.
When it all gets cut together, we've got something that only looks good. It's meaningful and it's entertainment.
It was so fun working with Alicia on this, creating this new take on Lara Croft.